What's happening, y'all? Yes, I know I said I was going to start bringing you videos every day. That hasn't worked out. I apologize for that. Sometimes life gets in the way. Um, I don't do this to make money. I would like to make a living doing it, don't get me wrong, but that hasn't happened yet. So I wasn't able to get a whole lot completed, but I do have some content that's in the pipeline and hope to be dropping that in the next few days. Some of it may be a little dated now, but I still think it's relevant and worth talking about. So we'll drop it. And again, it's not going to be more than 10 minutes long, but it's worth it. So hopefully you'll be seeing that drop in the next few days. But now that that is out of the way, let's hit it.
Hit it, sweetheart.
We talk a lot about the left on this channel because the left is intent on curtailing, infringing on, removing altogether our rights. They are socialists, fascists, and in many cases, they're straight up commies. And in every case, they're tyrants. And also in every case, they seek to take as much money from you as they possibly can. They see us as subjects. We're not, obviously, but that's how they see us. And they want to tax their subjects as heavily as they possibly can. Taxation is theft. Period. Point blank. Taxation is theft. Now, we talked about the ordinance that's been passed in San Jose, where it requires gun owners to carry liability insurance and pay a fee, a gun harm reduction fee. Or they call it a fee, but again, it's a tax. And now in the U.S. House of Representatives, they have introduced H.R. 6575, which is known as the Protecting Americans from Gun Violence Act of 2022. They keep yammering about how they want to protect us from gun violence, but they keep allowing violent criminals out on the street and then do everything they possibly can to infringe on our rights to protect ourselves from the very criminals that they keep letting out. Almost as if they're doing it on purpose. Almost. But I digress. Here's the gist of the bill. When, pursuant to Section 922T of this title, a licensee under this chapter is first required to contact the National Instant Criminal Background Check System, NICS, about a person with respect to a transaction involving one or more firearms. But before contacting the system, the licensee shall charge and collect from the person a fee in an amount equal to $1, regardless of the number of firearms involved in the transaction. Provide the person with a time-stamped receipt acknowledging receipt of the fee from the person, and maintain a written or electronic record of the transaction and the time-stamped receipt for 3 years. Now, you have to fill out a 4473 for each firearm that you purchase, even if you're buying multiple guns at one trip to the gun store. So I'm wondering, are they going to charge that fee per 4473 per firearm that you buy, or per contact to NICS? It's either way. It's ridiculous. But so there's that. But then the question becomes, what is this money going to be allocated for? Because it's going to be a lot of money if this passes. Last year, we bought 38.9 million firearms. That's a lot of guns. So if they treat this like the cash grab that it is, and charge $1 for every 4473 for every firearm, that's at least $40 million. And where will that money go? Well, the first 10 million is going to go to the CDC for gun violence prevention research. The next 5 million goes to the Attorney General for operating and maintaining the NICS system. The remainder, which is going to be at least 25 million bucks, goes to the Attorney General again for activities of the Office for Victim Assistance of the Federal Bureau of Investigation as the Attorney General deems appropriate. That's awfully open-ended. I mean, come on. 25 million bucks. Do you really think any of that is going to go to victim assistance? If you believe that, you might be a delusional leftist. Come on, that money is going to go to line the pockets of the anti-Constitution leftists, their friends, and their pet organizations like Everytown and Mom's Demand and Giffords and all the rest of them. So, as usual in these cases, I urge you to contact your congresspeople, your senators, because there's probably going to be a Senate bill, a version of this bill in the Senate soon, if it hasn't already been written or being written. Urge them in no uncertain terms to not pass this bill. Do not vote for this bill. Anyone who votes for this bill will not get my vote, and they shouldn't get yours either. All right, really quick before we go. In the last video I did, I called for the abolition of the ATF. And I said that its existence, its mere existence, is an infringement. Now, a few days ago now, on Tucker's show, J.D. Vance, who is a Republican candidate for Senate in Ohio, said this.
So you think about it, this database is ultimately a backdoor to a gun registry in this country. And if you look at what liberals have done in Europe, at what they've done in Australia, once you allow gun registry, you effectively allow the disarming of your citizenry. This is ultimately about destroying the Second Amendment, just as the Democrats' alliance with big tech is about destroying the First Amendment. And my basic argument here, Tucker, is look, if the Democrats are going to ignore the heavily armed drug cartels on our southern border, but use the ATF to go after law-abiding citizens, why don't we just get rid of the ATF?
Well, that is such a great point. I mean, there's a narco state right across the border from Texas, Arizona, New Mexico, and California. Heavily armed, no one's doing anything about it at all, but they're mad because you've got a 12 gauge in your closet? I mean, why do we have an ATF?
Oh, it's a great question. At the end of the day, Democrats say they care about the little people. You should care about their values and you should care about their rights. I'm so sick of the Democrats saying they care when all they offer is a government check instead of a government that actually defends people's basic liberties.
Now, that whole clip is about 3 minutes long, and it's worth checking out. I'll try to have it up on the channel, but if not, it's on other video sharing platforms as well. So it's definitely worth the watch. It's only 3 minutes. Now, I haven't had a chance to check out the Ohio Senate race, or really any of the Senate races that are up in November yet. But I like what I heard from J.D. Vance just then. Not just because he agreed with me. I mean, it's almost like he watched my video or something. I know he didn't. I know he didn't. It'd be nice if he did, but I know he didn't. But he's 100% correct. These agencies, these three-letter government agencies, exist for one thing: power and money. Okay, two things: power and money. If he continues to sound the alarm that we need to abolish the ATF, he will have near unanimous support from conservatives in Ohio. I can almost guarantee that. And from some of the things that I've heard in some of his other appearances, he seems like a pretty solid conservative. Like I said, I haven't researched. I don't know. I can't say for certain if you're in Ohio that I would say you should vote for Vance, but I like what I heard so far, so he's definitely worth a look. But let's see if my idea, his idea, catches on and people start calling for the abolition of the ATF. I really, really hope that happens. It's probably unrealistic to think that it will happen at this point, but we have to try. We have to try. And if enough of us do it and we can take back the House and the Senate and the White House in the next few years, it's possible. It's very, very possible. The ATF just needs to go. Anyway, folks, that's a wrap for today. I want to thank you all for checking us out. Please like, subscribe, share these videos, share the audio. We need to spread the message of freedom and liberty far and wide, because we have to preserve this gift that we've been given of freedom and liberty. We have to, because if we don't, where's everyone going to go? Right now, everyone wants to come here. If we lose, if we allow these gifts to be stripped from us, we're lost. So we can't let it happen. But anyway, folks, thanks for watching and listening. And remember, when seconds count, the police are only minutes away. So keep your head on a swivel and stay safe, everybody.